On the show this week, we're in conversation with Rennie Brown and Rick Ransberg from Park Hyatt Aviara Resort, San Diego.
This is a great piece of land to work with. Mr. Palmer was thrilled to be involved, as we all were.
Rory McIlroy is an example. Tiger Woods a few years ago. Phil Mickelson. Golf has become cool.
In news, Dan Forsman wins the Champions Tour opener at Walalai. Mark Wilson wins the Humana Challenge by 2 shots. And of course, golfing tips with Jesse Gariwal.
So the takeaway is one of the most important parts of golf, and we need a reference point to see where we have to be on the takeaway.
Cut that.
Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure, Shaili.
Good to be in San Diego. And
thanks for being here.
At the Aviara. How did you all think of a property around here? And more importantly, how have you managed to keep it up at this level? Because it's looking as spectacular, I guess, as it did about 2 decades ago.
Well, thank you very much. And it has been 2 decades. We've been in business now for 20 years here at Aviara, and we're very proud of that. Yeah. We opened the golf course in 1991, designed by Arnold Palmer. And there were a lot of factors, and I won't bore you with the details, but a lot of factors that came into play to make Aviara a reality. Yeah. But the long-term staff that we have here is dedicated to providing outstanding service, and the product that we put, being the golf course, is outstanding. It takes a lot of hard work. We have about 30 individuals dedicated to maintaining the golf course and the grounds.
But what kind of numbers do you see on a daily basis here? Do you get a lot?
We get a wide range. We average about 100 players a day.
Oh, wow.
And so we're a fairly busy facility for the price that we charge. And 100 players a day would be an average throughout the entire year. So this time of year, when we're in December, days are shorter.
Yeah.
A busier day might be 60 or 70 players. And then in the middle of summer, June or July or August,
you would get numbers
we
would go
could
up.
be in 150 to 200 players a day.
What makes this course special? When people want to make a decision about which luxury resort that they want to go to and play golf, why would they want to come to Aviara?
Yeah, and I think that's a great question. And one, I think the product you put forth. So the playing conditions, everything that you see out here while we're walking around, the lush grounds, the flowering, the landscape areas out on the golf course make for a beautiful experience. So one, it's a fun golf course to play. And then two, when you talk about service and what value people perceive, the service here, the people really care about somebody's experience. And I think that shows through to the guest. And so I think that makes people want to come back and play again.
Now, San Diego has about 80 to 100 courses around here.
It's a big market.
Exactly. So, obviously luxury golf is relatively a small pie of that big story.
That's correct.
Do you think that's what makes this a little more interesting for people to sort of make a decision, come down here, because it's actually luxury golf, right?
It's luxury golf, and we understand for the most part that the budget that people have, this is a special experience. This isn't an everyday golf course that you're going to play. But it's a special occasion, and they find value in that. And so maybe it's a birthday or an anniversary, or it's a business meeting, and people are taking their clients out on the golf course for a luxury experience.
Let me ask you, I want you to be honest about this. Do you get a lot of bad golfers here?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
We'll accept everybody.
That's lovely.
We are very welcoming here.
Right. So now that you've said that, we're going to have you give me a bit of a lesson to try and see if I can get the ball on the green.
You got it. You got a tee handy?
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, it's
so
right here.
I'm going to have you put that tee in the ground like you normally would. I got some golf balls, but the first thing I'm going to do
is check how I put the tee in?
No, once you put the tee in, we're going to do a little practice drill.
Okay.
So put the tee in, and we're hitting a 7-iron there, and you've got about a 100-yard shot here on hole number 3. I want you to take a practice swing, and when you take the practice swing, hit the tee for me real quick.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Wow. Now, if you do exactly the same thing,
That is the question, can I?
this little ball, forget about the ball. I want you to concentrate on the tee and hit the tee again. Most people make the exact mistake
Of looking at the ball and then
of trying to hit the ball instead of swinging through the ball. And just what you did there, forget about the ball. Swing through and hit that tee for me one more time. That was a beautiful swing. Nice fluid motion. Get going a little bit. That might sneak on. Keep going. Almost. Very good.
You grew up in San Diego.
I did.
And,
Born and raised.
And why did you want to become a pro at a golf course and a pro golfer yourself?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I grew up playing soccer my entire life.
Wow.
And then in high school, I started to work at a golf course.
Yeah.
I hurt myself, my hip, playing soccer, so that stopped that. And so I picked up a golf club when I was 17 years old, which is late for a lot of
I was just going to
professionals.
say, yes, absolutely.
A lot of guys and girls grow up playing golf, and I didn't. But fell in love with the game, and
then
it was
worked at it.
I like outdoor activities, and what better thing for me to be at a beautiful place, a nice resort, a destination resort from all around the world. See that little knob or that little hump? You're going to try to land the ball somewhere in that area, just short of that area, and it should move from right to left pretty good for you, Shaili. Maybe just that's a pretty good line. I like about 10 inches.
Oh, that's fast.
Good shot. You've been playing golf longer than I have. I'm a little jealous. Rory McIlroy's an example. Tiger Woods a few years ago.
Yeah.
Phil Mickelson. Golf has become cool.
Yeah.
And some guys that now that, like a Ricky Fowler is a perfect example of somebody that doesn't fit the traditional mold of a professional golfer.